there is a national voice who thinks that a young Denver Bronco, someone under the age of 25, could be primed to make a breakout season on the national level. Do you have any idea who they might be talking about?
Under 25?
Mm-hmm. Youngin.
Well, I really don't. I mean, I look at a guy, like Nick Bonito, who, but he is 25, and he kind of broke out last year, especially towards the end of the year with some of the plays that he was making. That's where I was going to go with, but I really don't. Unless you're looking at a guy like Riley Moss. But other than that, I don't have a name for you.
Bucky Brooks from NFL.com, pretty prominent name there, puts out a lot of content for them. He named RJ Harvey as his dark horse candidate to win Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2025. I think his current odds are at about plus 2,200. So that definitely qualifies in my mind when you got 4 digits after a plus column in the gambling world. That's a long shot.
Yeah.
That's a dark horse. So plus 2,200 there for RJ Harvey. Now, we've seen RJ Harvey throughout OTAs and mandatory minicamp. Clearly getting some love, getting some work, even post-addition of J.K. Dobbins. Sean Payton clearly has a vision and a plan for him as a rusher and as a receiver out of the backfield. Is R.J. Harvey, though, with the addition of J.K. Dobbins, assuming health is not a factor, which it has been for J.K. for 4 straight seasons now, is R.J. going to get enough touches, you think, to be a legitimate Offensive Rookie of the Year candidate in 2025?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big question here. I think he's going to produce. I think he's going to get a lot of opportunities. But how many with Dobbins being the 1-2 punch that I think they're going to be? And Sean Payton likes to use a lot of different personnel groupings. And so I think it's a situation to where I don't think they split the carries 50-50, but I think it's going to be more like, 65-35, one of those types of situations when you look at Harvey and Dobbins. I think they will run the ball more this year. They will commit to it more this year because it's going to be better. It's hard to commit to something when it's terrible. So when you can't run the football, I don't blame Sean Payton for not handing the ball. I'd rather Bo Nix drop back and pass.
Right.
So I think
or run it himself.
Exactly. I think it's going to be much better this year. I don't know if R.J. Harvey gets the usage that he'll need to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. But I do think he'll be the starter. But Sean likes to roll those personnel groupings in and out. So I think Dobbins will also get his fair share, and I think they will be a really good 1-2 punch. I'm excited about the running game, and I'm excited about that running back room. I think Dobbins is underappreciated and undervalued. I think he's a really good running back. That's going to really, to your point, if he can stay healthy, he's going to help the Denver Broncos out.
So when you say R.J. Harvey's going to be the starter, are you saying that he's going to be the 65 to the Dobbins 35 in the 1-2 punch? Okay. Because I think a lot of people might think that it's flipped. Like the fact that you bring in a 26-year-old guy like J.K. Dobbins at that point into the offseason when you're already into mandatory minicamp and all that says, we're not really thrilled or in love with this guy as our potential number one and we want to bring in somebody else. So that, I think, would be counter to...
I think, just to cut you, I think it's a reverse. I think they're not confident in the backups. Not the starter, but you want more depth. And when you look behind, you got Estime and Boudet and Watson and McLaughlin, and you're not in love with your backups. You say, okay, well, what happens if Harvey gets injured?
Yeah.
We're going to have the same guys that we had last year when we couldn't run. So we need more depth behind him. And now, look, if he's the starter, that's fine.
Yeah.
You're still going to see a lot of R.J. Harvey. I just think that R.J. Harvey's going to be too good to not have him be the starter.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually, because I hadn't thought about that. But in theory, you're right. I mean, the faith in the guys behind R.J. Harvey shouldn't be any more than it was last year. We saw what Audric Estime and Jaleel McLaughlin did when they were given opportunities to try to take that starting mantle from Javonte Williams, who didn't do really anything with it. And the other guys weren't much better. One for ball security fumbling reasons, the other for just some size limitations with Jaleel and a tough time kind of running between the tackles. And I agree with you. The concept of Sean Payton having to run the ball on his Waffle House menu and circle it in Sharpie and all that. Unless you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, who had this undying commitment to running the ball, even though they were one of the worst teams in the NFL at doing it, That's not super common. And I don't know that the Broncos get to 10-7 and make a wild card berth and all that if they, in some ways, don't have Sean Payton's willingness to kind of just abandon it and let it rip with Bo and see what they do there. So even if J.K. Dobbins is the starter at the start of the season in week 1 against the Titans, I think the best case scenario for the Broncos, and maybe the safest case scenario given health concerns, is that RJ Harvey assumes that mantle. If he's the number 2, if he's the 2 on the 1-2 punch, that he eventually kind of overtakes that as the season goes on. So we will see if Bucky Brooks is on to something, if there's smoke to his fire with RJ Harvey being a dark horse rookie of their candidate. And if he is, in a division where you've got Amarian Hampton with the Chargers and Ashton Genty with the Raiders, that is going to give the Denver Broncos a much better fighting chance to win the division.